Shasha's Gist Factory, your entertainment gist galore.
Something that was meant to be a peaceful protest really ended on a bad note because it became violent and very savaging on social media. Speaking of that, well, according to conversations and what you can see on your screens, that was on Sunday where, some Ghanaians or civilians took to the street to protest for a stop to be made on the Galamsey thing going on in Ghana here, because clearly it's not a good sight to see because it's destroying our water bodies like I mentioned earlier. So this was how this, ambience looked earlier on Sunday. But like I said, now it's become so violent where some people have been apprehended by the police for, trafficking and also, destroying or vandalizing police staffs and all of that. But at the end of the day, people that were, apprehended had to do with a Ghanaian lawyer and also socialite in the person of Elom Abebu, popularly known as Amagavena. Clearly with all of this girl, like for some time now, since last year, where she was denied a call to the bar because of her conduct, because people speculated that she's not condoning to the conduct of the school for them to actually call her to the bar and all of that. But gracefully or thankfully, this year she was called to the bar. So now she is a certified, lawyer at that. But with the conversation we're hearing, she was a part of the protest for like something that should be peaceful. But like I said, it's not violent. And according to people on social media, Amagavena has been apprehended alongside other protesters as well. And with the visuals we've seen on social media, like I did mention, it's gory. So let's take a look at some of them. But before anything else, please, we're issuing a disclaimer. So take a look at this one too.
So they ground that bill. 48 hours. We've not seen a lawyer. 48 hours. No food, no water. 48 hours. Over 48 hours. No court. Over 48 hours.
Ghanaian citizens, we've not done anything.
All right, so as you can see on your screens right about now, these are some of the protesters that were supposed to lead a peaceful vigil, or let me say, were to protest for a stop to be made on the Galamsey in Ghana as of now. But like we said, the police, it took it to a turn. It became violent where some people reported to be hovering around 41 to 42 people were apprehended by the police, and now the case is in court because earlier you did hear of Amagavena stated that she was remanded in the cells and she spent 24 hours in there without food nor water. 24 hours, approximately like 2 days or counting, something like that. And this is quite gory, very abysmal for me to even speak of, because how did we get here in the first place? Because I believe strongly that we did say that Ghana is a democratic country, but little did I know that we no more a democratic country, but now we are an authoritative country. Yes, we are very autocratic, because if our citizens or, citizens can air their views, if they have grievances, yes, when they speak about them, you don't adhere to them. And now they take to the streets to actually get it closer to you so you can hear. And now you apprehending them in the long run. Like, what are we doing as Guineans? Doesn't mean that we don't have a voice as a citizen in the first place. It's crazy out there. And for me, I'm so devastated about this narrative because even when it comes to those that were apprehended, there was a pregnant one that was also apprehended in the conversation. Yes, she's yet to conceive. And she was also apprehended. Why? Because she was a part of the protest. And she was also fighting for a better Ghana. Because if you should conceive today and the kid has no future or no better life in the long run, then what are we doing? And this woman was apprehended by the police. Like, really? No. What are we doing? What are we advocating for? What are we talking about? Let's take a look at some of the reactions to this particular narrative. Social media, well, Kofi Manuel stated that, I hear you, but the fight for justice affects everyone, including pregnant women. People from all walks of life are feeling the weight of these issues, and some choose to show solidarity in different ways. It's all about standing up for a better future for everyone, including the next generation. That is justice for all. All right, so another one also coming in from Prof. Philios also stated that they should arrest all of us. Rather, those all this are doing are just helping us to vote this government out of power. If you go to Kenya, Bangladesh, India, people lead demonstrations and reveal their grievances out, but in age, Ghana is... What is the person trying to read it? Anyway, Ghana, if you held or lead demo, then you will be arrested. Okay, so literally the person is trying to say that in other countries like Indonesia, Kenya, Bangladesh, well, you are free to protest. But in Ghana, if you try it, they will apprehend you. That's basically the conversation. Kofi Manuel says that exactly, they can't silence everyone. These actions are only making people more determined for change. In places like Kenya, Bangladesh, and India, protest is a vital tool for democracy. Ghana should be no different. the more they try to suppress our voices, the stronger our. So it went on and on and on. So this is how, okay, so Kofi Mano once again stated, it's truly heartbreaking. No one, especially pregnant. Okay, so I think we read that earlier. And this is how gory the conversation is on social media. So just like we're speaking, well, after the apprehension of some of the protesters, well, people have hashtagged on social media now that hashtag free the citizens. So this is to all the citizens that have been, apprehended as a result of this peaceful vigil. And I'm crazy about this narrative because at this point, Ghanaians have no say in democracy no more.